I need you to really put your cap on, keep your mind open, because we're here to look for parts, bumpers, windows, mirrors, fins. This one's gonna get crazy. Hold on, here we come.
Yeah. I don't know how, but I managed to do it again. This whole debacle began when Victor invited me over to his office for a chat. I should have known what I was in for.
Ian, you know me, man. I'm in here working all day. I don't like to be confined. So I got this, and as I look at that, it inspired me to create again. I look up and wow, that's a daydream. I'm daydreaming. You know, I'm in the car, not with her, of course.
Naturally. This might sound like a strange meeting, but most of my best projects start out the same way. A couple ideas and an open mind. That's pretty space age, man. That looks like a Keith Wiesner drawing. I think that's what they modeled it after.
Yeah, no, it is.
That's rad.
All I'm looking at this is our inspiration.
Heck yeah.
Space age from the 50s, 60s, you know, Autorama stuff. Definitely, I'm gonna enhance it because I don't want to copy what anybody else has done.
Right, I love your concept. I like especially that you're scaling down. Like we can make about 5 of those in the time it takes us to build 1 car. Fact is, there's just not a lot of people out there looking to build Barbie spaceships. One could say Victor and I are 2 peas in a pod.
Could you imagine this thing rolling down the street?
I can only imagine. That's why we got to get to work. I like it.
I want to take it to the junkyard. My buddy Randy, that owns Vehicle Picture Car, he's got this wrecking yard of all this old stuff. We could get whatever parts we need to make this a reality.
Because 1 spaceship isn't enough. You need 2. There is some stuff on top of stuff out here. Oh, wow, look at this thing. Talk about a humpback whale.
Now that's a door.
Oh, wow. Nothing like starting off a new build in fresh territory. I've never seen anything in this place before. Oh, look at this yellow one.
That's all there.
Those fins are awesome, too identifiable. The main thing that separates this from the typical junkyard is these are all like rebuildable cars with a lot of potential. It's a collector's paradise. Holy Griswold, it's the family truckster, man.
You remember that one?
Look at the roof rack on this with the pointy
pretty
front.
Cool.
I just love the variety. I love the lack of rust. Ooh, look at that Buick with the 3 back windows. These are all West Coast cars, and there's some pretty unique ones out here. You're looking for 2-door or 4-door? 6-door? No, you look like a man that needs 8 doors. I've got just the car for you. You could take the whole family to lunch in this thing.
I'm getting confused now. That's the next project. Now you blew it. Now I want an 8-door car.
Even though Victor's inspiration started off with this little model, I know this project could change directions and the snap of a finger.
If you don't want a whole car, you could get a half a car. There's a half of another car.
I know.
So you could pick and choose whatever you want, because we're gonna take bits and pieces off of all these cars and make it work.
When you're thinking about a spaceship, you know, Victor's style especially, you gotta have an open mind. And I'm looking around, I'm like, definitely 50s. Like, what would 50s future cartoons have incorporated in them, right? Look at these sleds, man. You got flames. Look at the 50s section.
That's all Hudson, right?
Hudson, yeah, this is cool.
It almost has that look of a Mercury.
Look at this pink thing. Wow. Park Lane Cruiser. Look at these taillights. Talk about turn signal indicators. They're telling you which way to go. It's just massive. That's the fun thing about Victor. He's open for it. He's open for the curveball, the wacky thing, the wow, wasn't expecting that moment.
Yeah, look at the lines on that, a little too subtle. I love the length and the size.
Yeah.
It just kind of flatline. We need something with some kind of wings or something.
Yeah, no, 50s, that's what it's about.
Look at that over there. That's I think it's a DeSoto. See, look at those wings.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, you want space age. This is what we're talking about here. I mean, look, the fins go all the way to the front door handle.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool, huh?
That's a fin, man. That's about 12 feet long. The dreaming mind clearly has to be separated from the doing mind. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't even get started on projects, you know? Sometimes that could happen. I'm the exact opposite. I fall in love and then figure it out. These fins and those taillights, those are deluxe. This is not a good looking car, but I think we need those fenders and the wings, man.
See, that's what I'm talking about, bits and pieces. Ian, check this out.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, check that thing out.
It's like the front of a spaceship.
Oh, no doubt.
See how it's like a floating grill?
For
I
sure.
see that already at the front. I love that shape.
Yeah, the little pods on top, too. It makes it look kind of like that Jetsons look.
And you know how sometimes I'm indecisive, right?
Just a little bit.
Well, I just decided we just got our front grill. Let's go.
Man, if you could stick with that right through to the taillights.
Now we just need the rest.
We've done a few laps. You know, I put in my requests. Now it's time to see what Victor can do. Let him work his magic and see what he brings home. Seems like it's always Christmas Day at the Cacho residence. Let's see what Santa dropped off this time. Heck yes.
Remember this one?
Yes, sir. This is my favorite one on the lot. Yeah, this is the best pick there, man, for sure. Once again, Victor pulled through. He is a guy that makes things happen.
Everything's there. There's no dents on it.
Now my mind's racing, man. It's just all in all a good choice. I just love the maximum front to back design from the fin coming down through the door all the way to the headlight. That's rocket stuff.
The back half is like the ultimate vehicle. The front doesn't go. We need to take the whole front clip off of this thing.
Well, there's one thing I noticed about this car back in the lot. This is a unibody. Doesn't have a chassis that you can C-notch and airbag.
yeah.
It's like a whole different game, so I'm not sure what you're thinking.
And that brings another point. I got another surprise, Ian.
When it comes to surprises, I'm not that easy to impress, but when it's about Victor saying that, you better hold on to your hats, because who knows what's coming around the bend.
I got a donor car for the donor car.
What a gem.
What do you think?
I don't mean to seem unenthused, but the last time you pulled this, you showed up in a nice, shiny Porsche convertible.
Things happen.
It's everything we need. The V8 engine, fuel injected, great platform.
Air conditioning, airbags.
It's even got a seat. Contrary to the way it looks, from the radiator to the tailpipes, it's a solid running vehicle. All the modern amenities, turnkey, perfect start.
I ended up getting this at the auction, so it's an old cop car. Go ahead and try it out. That's Ian for you.
This is all I need to see. As far as I'm concerned, it is all systems go. I want to cut it right in half, and I want to start in the back because the rear wheel wells, I'd like to match them up as close as possible. That way we get those spins and the proportion.
Yeah. We want to keep this as intact as possible.
Gotcha.
Please, I know you smile every time you cut my stuff up.
Well, I'm excited, man. Never really worked on a car like this before. It's new territory. Working with Victor is kind of like going into battle. You never know what could happen, and you gotta be prepared for anything. In dissecting this, it's really just trying to strip it down to the bare essentials, like what's gonna keep this thing in shape and what's gonna allow us to reattach it to its mating parts. I'm looking at the police car, and I see these parallel lines through the structure. Looking at the DeSoto and its unibody, I'm trying to find that same matchup.
Uh-oh.
Told me to just envision the pieces we needed, right? The envisioning process, it's an elusive thing, you know? You can't really put your finger on it. It's to each their own. It's like, what are you thinking? How you feeling about this, right? All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah. Hold it.
Okay.
Okay, drop down. Look, it's almost the same width car to car. You know, we're not C-notching this car, doing anything radical with the suspension except for airbags, so essentially we're gonna body drop it, right? So you see trunk floor to trunk floor right now, we're about 4 or 5 inches. We need to drop this body about 1 foot. All in a day's work, man. Just like you said, 3 easy steps. All the way till it hits the tire. Like butter. This just proves that Victor's theory is correct. It just fits like it should. He was right again.
I mean, that's
That's real
that's
close.
rolling the dice. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Whenever I'm working with Victor, the car's gotta be low. So that's how I start off. I'm just going in fast and furious. Bounce the springs out of there. There it sits. Now you got the white walls. Look at that. This looks kind of like the Muppet Mobile, though, with all these colors sprayed on here. Oh, that's more better.
Ian, we're so close, but yet so far. Look, I could still fit my foot under there. That's not good.
Like the man said, keep on cutting.
Take her down.
Aye, Captain, take her
Oh,
down.
here we go. We're going down. I mean, that thing is like precise. I mean, look at that thing.
It's police in the front, party in the back. You could see the rocker panels line up, the trunk lines up, everything.
I think we got this perfectly here, man.
Ow, look, I got my foot. We're there. That's where we want to be. My shoe's stuck.
It fit right on. That's crazy.
This looks slick. It's gonna go right back together. Let's take this off. We'll lighten up the back so we can level that and tack the rockers, you know?
All right, I'm in.
Said you wanted a spaceship, man. You're on your way.
Fit like a glove.
Albeit it fit like OJ's glove, but it did fit.
I mean, we need to like get the doors on here just to see, you know, how this thing really looks.
There's no time for celebrating. We are in the business of making big problems and then trying to solve them.
That was too easy. Now what are we gonna do? We just started.
It just looks like a DeSoto, man. Like we didn't do anything. It doesn't look like anything like that toy you showed me. Like, what if we moved the windshield back? And then all of a sudden, the steering wheel's not like out in the middle of the car. Puts a lot more emphasis on the hood.
Because yeah, look at it in proportion. The back is what's stock, but the front, that front tire, is too close to that door.
I agree with you. This pillar is pointing right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That would be hot. Well, with this mocked up, maybe, yeah, let's throw a hood on it. Let's throw some fenders on it and just talk about proportions.
Always, I got a bunch of extra parts and stuff. Let's just start bringing stuff in and seeing what we could do to enhance this thing.
Oh boy, there's the E word again.
What's life without a challenge?
That's life without a Sawzall. Oh yeah, for sure. Man, it looks like it should be there.
Yeah, actually now,
Yeah.
where's the hood at? Let's get the
Over
hood
here.
on this thing.
Yeah, this is the one from that, what is it, the 53 Ford?
Yes. Yeah, you got the idea now,
This is like the toy, right, with the headlights
Yeah.
and that. Now we're talking, man. I like that. You wouldn't think that that grill would work with those kind of hood and headlight arrangement, but it does.
And that's pretty cool. I think we nailed that, you know that?
I'm glad you do. I don't know if anybody else would feel the same way.
It's real close. You just got a small gap here. Oh, sorry about that. A little adjustment here and there, but nothing you can't take care of.
You're a great used car salesman, man.
It fits perfectly.
Oh yeah, just don't kick the
And
tires
it's
too hard.
under warranty.
As odd as it seems, this is exactly what I was hoping to get accomplished. We got a bunch of stacked parts, a pretty loose plan, and all the optimism in the world. A typical walk in the park, man. I got you. All right, I got this thing buttoned up enough at Victor's to get it on the trailer and get it back to the lab. You gotta strike while the iron's hot. Our mock-up got me motivated to make a little bit of progress. The big problem we were having was the tire was not centered in the fender well. To remedy that, I cut the A-pillar off the door and I moved the entire cowl, windshield, everything rearward 9 inches. So that allows that fender to come back and the front tire will be in the wheel well as it should be. You can see a line coming from the door top straight through to the fender, and that's what my Sawzall blade did. I just felt it would be a pretty unique solution to move the dashboard back. See, the steering wheel is just about where it should be in the front window. Before, it was like this huge shelf coming down. Bold move, fairly subtle, but it changed everything. And I got my work cut out for me trying to figure out how all this is gonna come together. Before I get into all this business, I got a little shop inspection procedure about to go down. As the days go on, I noticed the shop inspectors have taken a turn towards the lazies. More nap time, less inspection. I've realized we need to bring in some additional help to supplement their increasing nap schedule. Needless to say, I've received a ton of applications, and it's time to start the interview process. I'm not looking for the typical applicants. Just looking for something different. Hey man, how's it going? This guy's resume, it was pretty interesting.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you? I'm Dave.
Yeah, good
Nice
to see you.
Pleasure,
Right on,
great
man.
pleasure to meet you.
No thorough inspection could be had without a description of where we're at and how we got here. We cut the entire car apart.
Oh my God. So this was the police car engine.
It is a lot to take in. Our process can be confusing, overwhelming to say the least. So it's like two pieces of a puzzle. We took the bottom of the police car and we took the top of the DeSoto and put it on there. Looks cool. Victor's got this crazy concept about this spaceship, you know, like the 60s, the Autorama, the fantasy cars.
Uh-huh.
And he's trying to delete pretty much anything identifiable from either car. I'm not looking for a typical type of mentality shop inspector. I'm looking for someone with a more worldly view, informed critique of where we're going with this.
Geez, I don't know. This is, boy, that doesn't, who did this? Looks like a tourist came out and did that.
This is business as usual. He must have talked to the shop inspectors beforehand. This is the same thing right out of the gate.
You don't mind, if I get somebody out here from OSHA, would that bother you? And it's smog? You had this thing smogged?
Oh yes, this thing's state of the art, man.
This seam doesn't seem to, I guess you're gonna Bondo that, right?
I think something will happen.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the tires to line up with the fender well. See?
I wouldn't worry about that. As close as you can get is fine with me. You
That's
looking for help?
That's the whole thing, right?
Now, here's a question. Have you ever decked a guy? Of course you have. No, come on.
I'm a lover, man.
Are you?
I ain't not a fan.
Oh, that's great. That's breaking my heart.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
There's applicants all over the map. One minute he's critiquing it, the next minute he wants to buy it. I mean, it's pretty apparent the car bug bites fiercely.
One thing, because I would love to have it, and two, I would like to irritate Victor. I don't know why. I don't even know the man.
I don't know, it might be some competition.
I just want something, when I back it out of the driveway, the neighbors call the cops. That's all I want.
This could be your car then. I will give him this. I mean, he's way more curious than the inspectors.
I'm fascinated by welding.
I'll just explain it quick and dirty, and you will weld today, guaranteed.
Okay, I don't. Welding accident claims the life of TV has-been Dave Letterman.
Right. What a way to go out, though. Come on.
Oh, it's way too big. Somebody got a huge head.
Yeah, that's me, my ego. I get all these special guests, you know? You think about it like a caulking gun or a hot glue gun. You're squeezing this, and this is feeding the material, and it's turning to liquid like right now as you're welding.
Let me tell you something. I have never used a hot glue gun. I've never done any caulking.
Well, let's see. So you're icing the cake. You're making a peanut butter sandwich.
I've done that.
Yes. You want to spread it along in that general direction.
A bead?
A bead. You want to lay a bead.
Yeah, all right.
We could go through theory all day, but there's nothing like the good old show and tell to kick it off.
Wait a minute. Is there any chance of my beard bursting into flame?
There's a 100% chance of that.
Well, then now we're talking.
Let's try it, man.
Okay.
And slow down on how fast you're going across the plate. Yep, there you are. You know the shop rules. There's no standing around in the Wild West. If you're gonna be in this place, you're gonna help me build the cars. You know what? You graduated from inspector to full-on car welder. Here, come over here. We're gonna put you right into stage 2. You're a natural, man, see? Man, this car's gonna need a lot of welding. I'm gonna go have a cocktail, and you just carry on. I could get used to this. Not bad. First day on the job, and I'm almost ready to put my feet up. I mean, I wonder if he could talk to the camera. I might not even have to come into the shop. But not everybody's cut out for prime time. At least he could weld. And this is just the beginning. There's TIG welding, there's oxyacetylene. I mean, there's the whole thing.
I'm more of a TIG guy.
After this interview, it turns out that this guy has all the qualifications and more for the ultimate shop inspector. I mean, hey, you never know. You're hired, man. Be back tomorrow at 9.
Oh, 9.
Well, I start at 11, so.
Thank you, my friend.
Right on, man. Well, that was interesting. It's time to put my thinking cap on. We got a whole lot of nothing going on the nose of this spacecraft. I have to take the DeSoto fender, fuse it into the body of the car, and then enhance it with these other Ford parts that Victor gave me. Even though we did the mock-up with those brown fenders, these fenders are more in line with the overall condition of the DeSoto. You know, they're nice pieces, totally usable. I'm not sure what year it is, 50-something Ford. So this fender has a distinctly different wheel opening than the DeSoto, where it's just sort of squared off. But now I gotta try to fuse this fender to the DeSoto fender, and they're two completely different shapes. Gonna take a little doing. Ow! All right, we're off to a good start. The primary reason I'm putting this panel on is for this spear to continue, and then for this hood gap to remain in place. So that's the whole thing. I'm trying to keep this pretty squared as to where it should be in relationship to the windshield, and then get on with the rest of the show. This fender arch is definitely not gonna get used, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out, figure out how this Ford fender connects with this thing. So I'm gonna save those, because you never know. So in simplest terms, this one here, not so much. This one here is what we're going for. Enhance it. The term enhancement is kind of open-ended. It means we could change anything at any time. It's comforting, right? Hey now. I want to step back and see that this line and this line are parallel, if you can dig it. It's a funny story about these tires. They've actually been the mock-up tires on every project Victor and I have ever done. So at this point in the game, they're losing air every couple hours. I'm just gonna leave them flat. But look at that fender well, it works. The big challenge is the top of the fender. I knew that this was a flat panel to join the other thing. Oof, oof, I get chills thinking about it. So if this was a stock fender, it would be sitting here like that, right? We don't want that. We want to show that line. Uh-huh. So I'm gonna try to do two things. One, is fuse that beautiful bulbous hood into this one, and two, save the center panel of this hood because I'm putting that on the roof of one of my cars. That's one thing about this career, you know, I'm always thinking about everything, all the potential, what I gotta do next, what I haven't done. It's amazing I get anything at all accomplished. Wow, it's mega sized. Wasn't expecting that. It has the authentic cartoon feel. So what you see here is the intimate innards of a DeSoto hood. Yeah, baby. Now we're starting to get together. This being said, it's gonna work, but I really can't place any of this without a bumper. I think I'm gonna mock this whole thing up, kind of tack it in place. We're gonna have to figure out headlights and stuff before I can move on with this. We got this mock-up mocked up. We got some lines on the sides, we got the hood in order. It's just a big question mark on what's gonna happen in the front end. I got some of this sheet metal mocked up, and this is another piece to the puzzle. Victor's got parts and a discerning eye. This is a pretty loose arrangement. I am not sure how he's gonna take it.
Now that's a good mock-up. I'm amazed. I didn't know it worked.
Yeah.
That's cool. And look what it does to the car. It changes everything.
There's a lot to be said for Victor and I's mental state, you know? We see the same things a lot of the times. Even though things get changed and revised, usually the concept is kind of mutual. I was a little concerned about how far the headlights would be from the cowl, you know? I thought you would bring a bumper by, but this grille is appropriate.
Yeah, I thought it was still too soon. I wasn't sure what kind of bumper we needed because that's kind of a bumperish looking front end.
That's what I was getting at. I needed to know where the front of the car was because the headlights are fully positional.
The only thing I want this a little bit more peak, like this peaks in, sectioned a little, so it's peaking up. It goes peak, down, and up around.
Right, so the fenders have their top apex peak, and then the hood has an even more pronounced crest.
And I think once you do that and blend into the side, that'll be cool. And it's just a little bit of enhancement, right?
And there you have it, the E word, the hand motions. He's doing this, he's doing that, he's sidestepping. The whole enchilada. Yeah, let's pop that on. Yeah, that's pretty mean looking. Yeah, so I see that grill just being sectioned in, and it gives me a good lead off as to how to work with the sheet metal.
Seeing I brought these in, what do you think about this?
Yeah, spaceship would have 4 headlights. I agree. Maybe the whole fender line would be canted forward like a hood over those vertical headlights, right?
Like an eyebrow, right?
Yeah,
That'd
for sure.
be perfect.
Like this angle here.
I agree, perfect.
Across
yes.
like that.
Look at that from back there. You got to look at that. Look how it rounds it all off.
That is amazing. We got the tape, we got the cardboard, and the front grille. I love it.
That's
It's
it.
like Close Encounters of the Third Kind when that thing shows up in the rearview mirror. I think I'm registering it, but from what you're describing with all these hand gestures, I think it's put me on a course, so.
You do it every time. What's the problem?
As usual, I got my work cut out for me. All in all, not too bad. I gotta say, this was a good day for enhancements. Got a bunch of great ideas. There's nothing to it but to do it. Yeah, while you weren't here, I've been kind of interviewing extra help because the dogs have been slacking. We had this new helper try out in the shop. He wasn't much of a welder, but man, can he sweep a floor.
Hope he's not welding on this.
No, I had him on the bench just doing tests, you know. Victor might be really surprised when he sees the memory log of what actually happened with this car. First things first, is to figure out how far forward this whole operation is gonna be. One of the critical things in any design is like proportion, right? How far does the bumper extend from the front wheel? The back, okay, is a tail dragger. That trunk can go out a mile, right? That's the back porch, but the front cannot do that. It looks like bucktooth and just weird. In a lot of custom cars, you will nose a car. You will take the peak out of it. You'll slam it down. So he's talking about, you know, peaking the hood, which is raising it. So it's not the first time I've done something completely backwards to the norm. Welcome to Rancho Russello, the land of envisioning, where anything is possible. Prepare to witness history. You can see here, the hood is flat. As you can see now, the hood is very peaked. I rest my case. Hey, if it works, it works. Why overcomplicate things? What'd you think I was gonna do? Reinvent the wheel? Now look at that raise, right? You see how this, look. Victor's never gonna know how simple this was. Nobody tell him. By peaking up the hood, it's gonna help me set the height of the fenders. You know, what I'm seeing now is this line with the DeSoto is very down in the front. Now this is definitely more 50s styled with this horizontal hood height. It's one thing Victor and I decided way back at his shop was we were gonna use the DeSoto structure of the hood. What that accomplishes is it keeps the original hood gaps in place as well as a place to add hinges and latches. You see, now we're able to just tuck it all back in. It's like a Ford fender, the DeSoto Spear, and an earlier model DeSoto grill. That's the line over the car. I really feel like that super linear, aggressive look of the rear fins is translating pretty well into the nose design of this car. To blend it all together, I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch of stuff. This front end is taking shape, but we are not cruising into the sunset until these front headlights are in place. And that's where the challenge begins. See what I'm saying? That's not a happy car. This looks like 5-year-olds stuck a bunch of car parts together. Guilty. Now we gotta make it look like a distinguished, subtle 51-year-old. Had his hand in the game also. Every good mock-up starts with some visual aids. And now it's time for the good old arts and crafts hour. This fender enhancement is pretty radical change from the 54 or whatever Ford the fender represents. So it's got to wrap around completely, give it a real aggressive hooded kind of shape over it. You don't want a big round opening, you want an oval opening. You have a dip to dip, a slope, and a spear, and this is where it all comes together. What's gonna close up the spear is the leftover piece of that door that I cut off. I could set this piece of the spear right here, and I'll be in the clear. Ooh, got a little hot foot. So this is shaping up pretty good. You know, all of this was just sort of by what the metal wanted to do, and I think it worked out pretty well. Look at that fin. Goes from the front of the car to the taillight. I love that. We kept it all the way through. Looks good. Just a question now of how far in the real world does this come out? See if that radically alters the look. All right, for my next act, I will bend a piece of steel for the first time in recorded history. Not that one. This one. May not know this, but I did spend some time in the circus. I started my career as a strongman and made my way through all the different departments. I start by welding up here and then follow it through just like I do so many other things. So you can see how this is all laying out. It's just got these small segments and it's wrapped up. It's gonna go all the way back. I think it looks significantly more aggressive than the taxi cab look. I got the driver's side all filled in. You know, I took my time, made it all symmetrical, tacked everything into place. It just looks like it needs one more element on this nose. Something really happened once I started getting these pieces put together. I mean, these headlights are so ominous. The grille is such a character in the front. It looks kind of like some kind of space creature. I feel like maybe it doesn't even need a front bumper. Victor and I really haven't had any discussion on what's gonna happen next, but my go-to plan has always been just make it good, have that discussion later. Prepare the envisioning floor jack. See in that angle. Don't need no stinking bumper. They call it a roll pan, not because it rolls, but because it appears to roll under the car, so I'm creating that shape. Next thing is to finish this wheel arch and figure out how the corner evolves. This is where the realities of all these mismatched parts come home to roost. You gotta try to make all this assemblage come together in the end. It's a term I'm coining as of this day. I'm gonna underthink it. It's just gonna walk in and do something. Yeah, something like that there. I like it. Now that I have a landing point front and back, it's about connecting them with the right contour. This is a very developed three-dimensional corner. It's just like weaving it, like a finely knitted scarf. I mean, you know I love to knit, right? Some people think car building's an art. I think it's more of a wrestling match. That's a good representation of where it's going. You can sketch or do whatever. I just like to really slam on it a couple hard hours to put some metal in place. It's got that full sheet metal wrap on the front. It's got a funky beat. I can really bug out to it. I got the front end all wrapped up just in time for Mr. Spaceship to come take a look. No bumper. Yeah.
Wow.
Speechless. I like that.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
We've had speechless reactions in the past, but I think this one has a positive slant. At least I hope.
that's incredible. The lights are sitting at an angle, the hood's sticking his nose out, the grill, the pan, you know, all these curves to it, fits right in with the back. It looks like it came like that out of the factory.
It looks like a scary spaceship monster thing. I'm all about it.
I mean, there's nothing more I would want to change on that.
Well, there's one thing I wanted to change. I was gonna wait till the right moment to pitch it, but it seems like we're leading that way. What if this was a convertible? What if it didn't have a roof? What if it was a roadster, like the model, the toy, right? It has no roof. Make these bins look massive.
And you know what? You got a good point. The only problem I have with that, the front windshield's kind of boring. It's too straight.
Not even, dude. Just use the back window.
You know what?
You know, it takes a little warm up to Victor. He's a man of his own ideas, right? So sometimes I gotta throw him the sales pitch. We don't need a back window. Look, it's already mounted, the molding's in. We just take this piece of the car and put it in the front. For the low price, this one-time offer, this could be yours. One time only, the offer's ending soon. Take it.
That's the shape I want.
And it's a chop top at that point. It's about 2 inches lower than the back.
You're right. It wraps around, it's smaller. I think that's a good idea, but can that be done? You could cut this out and put it in the front,
It's the
make
same
it a
width.
convertible.
I could change this thing out without even affecting the chrome. Here at Honest Ian's Windshield Swap Service, we're all about making promises that we may not be able to deliver on, but at least we're honest about it. I mean, I just see cut and paste.
That's cool. Let's go for it. What are you waiting for?
So if I make it a convertible, the only decision we have to make is how are we getting in it? What's it gonna be in this area on the lower part?
Would you simplify it and make it a two-door? And I think that would be the best thing for what we're doing.
I like your style, man. Concise and to the point, as usual.
I'm not gonna sleep for the next week trying to figure out what I gotta do because I gotta match your work in the interior.
Yeah, the interior needs a little freshening up. With each new endeavor, I like to give myself every advantage for success. Plan is to execute this in the simplest manner possible. I think the car's at about that angle. I will save this for when Victor changes his mind. Wants to put the windshield back like it was originally. I'll put that right here. There is a way through, but it is murky. It's one of the great pleasures of being a one-man shop. Don't drop it. Space helmet. I like it. To the moon. If you want to go to outer space, you gotta be willing to take a risk. I think it's gonna be a perfect match. This is what I was hoping to see. The real test is if it fits on the car. Let's take a look. Bada bing, bada boom. Two skins line up. Victor was asking for the sports model spaceship, right? This is what it is. Look at that. Totally gonna work. Sometimes just try to not overthink things, you know? We used the thing that we didn't need in the back of the car, put it on the front, it fits. Looks like it's chopped a little, looks like it's raked back a little. I love how the window complements this dip in the fin. The fin just tucks right under the glass. This time I got away with it. Looks all right to me. We are knocking out the punch list and moving this thing on down the line. That windshield is pretty much tacked in place. I love how the height just, after all that cutting, it works. The stock windshield just looked too high proportionally. Shorter wheelbase, I felt like it needed a lower profile. This back glass in the front nails it. Now it's all about how do we get in and out of the car the story of the doors. Cleaned out the inside of the car, got all that dirt, etc. out, and I'm starting to do some structure. When a car doesn't have a top, like a convertible or a roadster, you need to put all the strength under the door jamb. So I went in underneath with some heavy wall round tube, a bunch of supports, and I was able to attach to the police car floor. Sheet metal here is a continuation of the car floor, so it comes up, and this is the actual rocker panel now. Victor's like, no 4-door, I want a 2-door. So the more I'm thinking about it, it's like, we could do anything here. There's no hinges or latches or jams or anything. So I think we're gonna make 2 really long suicide hinge doors. I set up this frame that's attached to the door skins, and I'm thinking it's gonna be about a 5-foot door, you know, just hinged in the back. So when it opens up, it's like, hey, come on in. You know, put on your space helmet. We're going out. Ha, this is not rocket science. These are actual aftermarket hinge kit that I slightly modified. It's a sure thing. And that's where we begin. One thing I know is with these hinges placed so close together, it's gonna put increasing torque on the body of this car. So I'm building this structure as strong as I can. You're not gonna see any of this in the end, so I tried to put in a big structure. So this is all in place. The question now is, where's the door opening, right? That's the beauty of doing all this door work, because we moved the A-pillar back. We totally messed with where the original door hinges were. So suicide hinges, we still get a big 2-door, and it looks right with the windshield. This is committed. Everything's cut apart. Nothing to it but to try it out. From a 4-door to a 2-door. That's a big old door. Can't argue with that. A little trimming in the back to get this to swing even further, but that's the idea. I like the look. The hinges work perfectly. This was just a trial to see, will this door open with the DeSoto body design with this fin? A spaceship can't have a normal door. You show up on the planet, the party's happening, people are checking you out, Buck Rogers is there with his special vehicle, and you're just like, aliens, this way. This was the punch list. I mean, this door will work. I'm gonna duplicate it on the other side and work on all the door jambs, the latches, etc. About time to hand it off to Victor. This is the part of the project that Victor loves. I'm showing up with this raw fabrication. He's got all these weird ideas, and it's his turn to get crafty. I think he's gonna dig this 100%.